For number 4 and 5, my advice is just to read them carefully and make sure you know what they're asking about. Number 4, draw several parallelograms and measure their interior angles. For the test, if you don't know what a parallelogram is, you can ask about that. But on the test, it will ask for parallelograms and for triangles and ask certain questions. This one asks for measure the interior angles, but then it doesn't ask about the interior angles. It asks about what can you conclude about the sum of consecutive angles in a parallelogram. So consecutive angles would mean this angle and then the ones next to it. So if we're going in order, this angle, then this angle, then this angle, then this angle, this angle and this angle are consecutive. This angle and this angle are consecutive. And I don't really have to measure these to know that we're working with parallelogram, meaning parallel sides. And because it's a parallelogram, this is going to be opposite, or it's going to be this angle right here and this angle right here are going to be opposite interior. Opposite interior are congruent, and then this angle and this angle are supplementary of one another, meaning that this angle plus this angle will equal 180. And since this angle and this angle being opposite alternate interior angles, that would mean they're the same, and that would mean that this angle and this angle and this angle would be supplementary. So that's what I'll put for number 4. They add up to 180 degrees. Supplementary. Then, looking at the next one, it asks about triangles. Draw several triangles and measure the sides. Now we're talking about the sides. What can you conclude about the sum of any two measures of the sides in triangle 2 in comparison to the third side? You can measure these. I don't think I have to measure these to figure this out. But I know that whatever this side is and whatever this side is, let's say that this is 2 and this is 1. The sum of these is 3, and this line will be no bigger than 3. Because if it was 2 plus 1, the distance would be 3, right? But there's some angle there, so that makes this sort of the shortcut. So I'm going to say that the third side will never be longer than the sum of the first two sides.